All right. Next one. If God has a perfect will that will be done, why should I pray and ask for things? Wow. That's deep, dude. I don't know who asked that question. I have to go meditate for a while or something, find a philosophy teacher. Yeah, actually, that's a great question. And James even says the prayers of a righteous man are powerful and effective. So the Bible teaches us that prayer really does make a difference and that God really does have a perfect will. Now, here's a couple of things to think about with that. God's perfect will gives room for human beings to have freedom. So I think sometimes when people think about God's perfect will, they think that the script of everything is pre-written and we're just victims of fate that are waltzing along the path of, everything is predetermined. And that's just not true. It's just not true. It's not biblical that human beings have no free choice to be able to make decisions. Jesus calls people to make decisions. He invites them. He holds them accountable for their decisions. And so certainly God's perfect will doesn't mean that everything has been predetermined. God's perfect will means God knows what God's going to do, and God knows what the end of the future looks like. So anything that's revealed in the Bible in a prophetic manner, where God is predicting, this is what I'm going to do, that's God's perfect will. It is going to happen. But in the in-between time, he gives us some latitude. It's interesting. When you study prayer in the Bible, you find that prayers really do make a difference. I mean, Moses does some bargaining with God. Abraham does some bargaining with God. In Hosea, there's this idea, if you read the book of Hosea, that God goes through a whole range of emotions, and Hosea is interacting with him in the midst of those emotions that are there. It's a very powerful idea that the God of the universe is like a dad who loves us so much that he would bend his ear down to us to listen to our prayers. And it's real, and it's life-changing. It makes a difference in this world. You ask me, do I understand the mechanisms of how that works? No. Nope. 25 years in ministry, I still don't get how it works. But what I do get is that there's a God who really loves us. He really listens, that our prayers really do make a difference, that everything is not predetermined, and that the prayers of a righteous man really are powerful and effective. So pray, because it's not all figured out in advance. You know what else I find? It's that God changes us a lot when we pray too. And sometimes it's not the will of God that needs to be changed. It's not the external world that needs to be changed. It's me that needs to be changed. And when I come to God in prayer, he changes me too. That's very powerful.